hello, my collective. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. Everyone's had a wonderful day, or is about to have a great one wherever you are. Okay, so let's begin the reading with lighting up our candles. Okay, evoking Archangel Chamuel. Correct. Archangel Michael. Ooh, what a smoke. Okay. Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Sure. Just give me a second to say a short prayer to thank my beloved angels. Yeah, why not? Okay. Alright, I just pre-shuffled just for a second, like just one shuffle. Here we got Mother Earth, and it broke at the one, the chosen one, and Lord Vishnu. Oh, okay. And he's right here in front of me on the top of a book also. I had asked him this. Remember, I told you last time. I told you this is one of our downloads. Divine was like, you ask me a question and answer that question before you even finish that prayer. Okay, you pray to him, pray to Divine, and he will answer your question before you even finish your prayer. So today I had this divine experience in the morning. Remember Lord Vishnu, okay? I had this divine experience, and imagine for a second, hang on. Lord Vishnu, Mother Earth, look at the blessings we have. Right? And I was telling you, when I broke it just broke itself on the one, the chosen one. That's so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so again, back to that download. Remember, I just reminded you that there was this download we got a verse from the Bible, and where Divine was saying that you ask me a question in a prayer and I will answer that question before you even finish your prayer. And today I had this divine experience that I was telling you, that like today in the morning I literally heard, and I was awake, okay, but I was still like in bed, lazing. It was like 7 in the morning. I was like, "Acha, utte hain," and everything, easy morning and everything. So, and I heard Lord say my name. When I say Lord, as in this is his way of saying, I heard Divine Father say my name, and that's what I thought at the time. That it's Divine Father. It was Lord Shiva. Like he is the one that I consider my Divine Father, right? So I thought this was him. Literally said, Param. And not in a just keep it was not in a, it was just very warm, like just Param, like he called out my name. I was like, Divine, yes, I'm getting up. It's 7, I know it was exactly 7:10 at the time. I was like, yes, I'm getting up. I didn't even realize, imagine Divine was like, because we have so many conversations we have in the ethers, that for that, when that, when you have that experience translate into the 3D, we don't even realize that there's a difference. You know what I'm trying to say? So, and this is not for the first time. I've had him literally manifest his voice in the 3D and other people hear it. Just to, put a stamp on my experience. There are times I'm sure there are a lot of people who don't believe it. Crazy person, as not divine हो जाता है, as not बात हो जाती है. There are more non-believers than believers, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you take it, because anyways, we'll get into that later. But it was like literally I heard his name, and when I got up, and eventually when I just reflected on that experience, I had Sri Hari coming in so many times. I was like, then for a second I got confused. Was it Lord Shiva? Because I did not see. Remember this, I did not see. I didn't have a vision. I literally heard him say my name in the 3D. So I assumed it was my Divine Father, but it was Sri Hari, because then I was like, I got into this, okay, let me just ask him, who was it? And then he gave me the answer, Chandra Mohan. So I know for a fact Chandra Mohan could also be like Lord Shiva, because he does have that Chandrama in his hair, right? In his man bun, correct? But then I know that who's from the Chandra dynasty. Sri Hari, like as in Lord Krishna is from the Chandra dynasty, and he's that Mohan, Mohak, very charming. So is Lord Shiva. But you know, like they got me like swinging both ways for so long. I was like, no, that was Lord Shiva. The entire day today, in the back of my head, I was like, that was Lord Shiva, because my first intuition was Lord Shiva. But then Sri Hari kept like raising his hand. That was me. That was me. I said out your name. I called your name, and I knew, hand to God, you know, swear on my divine parents, I literally knew it, that when I will shuffle the cards today, my cards today, I will get to know it. And I just did that in front of you, and he cropped up, and a confirmation on my phone, bro. That's how they sometimes do, yeah. But I had this surreal experience, as in surreal in the sense like it's very validating in a way. You know, having, you know, divine say out your name, it's very validating. It's like कोई बड़ी सी ceremony में आपको कोई award मिल गया, that kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying, you know. So it's very beautiful, and I'm reading a book he told me to, and the book has got his picture on it. I haven't moved a word from it, लेकिन आज मैंने निकाल के रखी है. I haven't moved a word because there was something else I was listening to, which again there was like one of their instructions to listen to and everything, so I didn't get to it. But I opened the book, and then something else came up, and then I had to like close it back. But it's right there with me that I will absolutely 100% make an effort to go further on it today, as a mark of my effort, and not to just keep it back in my shelf. It's right here, you know. So, well, one of those experiences. So again, see, I'm just kind of, this is again a confirmation on that message. If you have a question, if you have anything, any doubt, anything you would like to clarify, and not just something like this, but even something very important in your life, and you need guidance, you need support, you come out of, like, you come with questions like, I wish somebody could tell me what is the right thing to do. Those kind of questions, na? Go to Divine. Always go to Divine. Alright? So, okay, let's begin with our downloads, should you allow me. So now that we have your blessing. Okay. भाई ऐसा लगता है ना, फिर like you feel अब भी तो I'm invincible, unstoppable, ऐसी feeling आती. That's how you feel, right? So okay, so let me see. Again, I've had so many downloads, and a lot of them are for me also, like my personal experiences, which I don't have to share with you. That's where I have to like draw a line, which are the ones that are exclusively for me, alright, and the ones that I have to share with you. So I generally get to know which ones I have to share with you. Okay, yes, there was something. How should I tell you this without like confusing you about something? But again, yeah, I don't want to start with your ops thing, but we do have opposition in life in general. Everybody has, I'm sure. But if you are on the chosen journey, this channel is for the chosen ones, but if you're here just to understand how it works, what is it all about, you're more than welcome to stay. Alright, the channel exclusively, all my readings exclusively are for the chosen ones. I'm here to help my brothers and sisters. Alright, and I'm on the way. If it is helping you anyway, it is healing something inside you, more than welcome to stay. Alright. But okay, so there is this. Okay, let me tell you, this was a prophetic dream. Alright, so I saw this woman again. Maybe I see a lot of women, but the flag bearer was a man. But it could be again you working out of your feminine energy or your masculine energy. It could be that could be projected here. But this time I saw a woman. In fact, everybody in this dream was a woman. So I think everybody is just working out of either their divine feminine energy, or it could be their distorted feminine energy also. Alright, there are various versions of the same thing. Alright, you can use the light for light work, you can also use light for dark work. Alright, so let me come to the vision. So I saw this woman, and she went up the stairs. She just went up the stairs, and there were a couple of women sitting on a bed. Alright, and it was like that single bed hota hai jo most of the bachelor pads would have it, like single bed, like not the queens or the kings, that single bed jise kehte hain. It was like that. There were 3 women sitting on it, like with their feet up. Like they had almost like, why am I telling you these details? Because every detail means something. They were not just casually sitting with their feet down. They were sitting up as if just हम camp नहीं करते थे कहीं. Like we are here for the night. We are here for some time. That kind of. Hang on, guys. Just one second. Let me just move it right. If I can. Yeah, this is better. All right. So something like that. So these 3 women, they didn't speak a word, but this woman that I saw going up the stairs in like a sort of urgency. I won't say frenzy, but like certain urgency in her step, and I could feel her anxiety. She was anxious about something. And she just looked up and she saw something open, like it was almost like a cupboard or something. I think it was something was open. And she asked, where are my keys? Give me my keys. I don't know if she said key or keys. I think it's keys, because I saw a bunch of keys, alright, later. So she was like, give me my keys. And the women did not say anything. They just looked at each other, and it's not that they were happy that the other woman didn't have the keys or something, or they had it or something, but it looked like they were also there for the same bit, whatever that was supposedly in the cupboard, because she was looking like keys kahan hai meri and everything. Then this first woman who was anxious, who had that anxiety in her step and everything, she was worried about something, okay? Anxiety that way, she was worried about something, and she, like I said, she asked them, where are my keys? Give me my keys. She actually said, give me my keys. Where are my keys? Give me my keys. Now, those 2 women did not answer back, but they looked at each other. They did not mock her, but they were concerned, as if like, almost like that's what I got from that moment when I was watching them. They're watching their emotions and whatever came on their face, that they were there for the same thing, and they were like, ye jaise hi jayegi wahan par. That's what I caught, that thought. Ye jaise hi jayegi towards the keys, we'll know where the keys are. You know what I mean? If she goes towards that end, we'll know that's where the keys are. Something like that. So they were like, just watch her. She knows where the keys are. I don't know what they thought, that she knows the keys, or she'll find the keys, whatever, something like about the keys, which both this one singular person and those 3 women wanted. Something to do with the keys. Obviously, keys, I'm sure, I'm sure they lead up to a bigger, whatever, objective, bigger target, okay? But I don't know what the target here is, quite honestly. And then this girl, again, she like asked around, and there was another person that she asked. That could be a masculine, I don't know, quite honestly. I did not, again, see that person's face, and not did that person say anything. But this girl, the anxious girl, alright? The anxious woman, girl, whatever you want to assign to her, she asked this person also, that, give me my keys, please give me my keys, where are my keys? That was like, and this person also did not say anything, not a word, shush, like absent. She's the only one who was like going keys. And then she runs down, and she runs down almost towards like a basementy place, but somehow this basementy place is much bigger. It was more like it was as if just this unfinished hotel, just something, there was not things there, it was just everything was finished in terms of, like, there was just cemented stuff there, like walls with cement, they were not painted on. You know what I'm trying to say? That grey color everywhere, but it was not grey paint. I remember distinctly everything, even the places where she saw someone sitting, which I'll tell you what exactly was. Everything was cement made, like even the places, ledges, everything was cemented, but nothing put on. Like after cement, there was nothing finished, nothing put on, no furniture put in, no appliances put in, nothing put in, no racks put in, nothing. You know the drift, you're getting it, right? So that then when she went down, she saw a familiar face. Okay, she went down, she ran down, right? And as I told you, it looked like a basement, but it was much bigger, like way bigger than that. I remember it being like so spacious while I went down with her. In my experience, I saw it was so spacious. It didn't look like they belonged to the same floor. Like you would obviously, right? Like we have the basement, like it is exactly the same size as our house, right? You know what I'm trying to say. I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. But this looked much bigger, much more spacious. Of course, there was stuff in it, by the way, but again, everything was cemented. I don't know what stuff it was, but there was a lot of water on the floor. It didn't look wet otherwise, as if it was like water from the walls or something, but no. But there was water on the floor. Definitely water on the floor. And then she saw someone familiar. This person who was sitting down, this lady again, whom she saw, was sitting down and smiled at her. Alright, and then this person rushed towards her and was very happy to see that lady, and she called her Masi. Alright, which in North India we call Masi, as in a lot of you, if you're like from other states, you call Mosi, right? Your mother's sister would Mosi, but in Punjabis, here we are, I'm sure that's how it translated to me. She called her Masi. Alright, so she called her Masi. They both were very happy to see each other. And then she was like, the Masi figure, the aunt figure, other people from other countries, the Masi, as I just explained here, it is your mother's sister whom we call Masi, right? And the Masi, the aunt, was sitting in front of like a almirah, that almirah that is a lohik almirah, just like this one, right? That iron steel almirah, not a wardrobe made of wood or teak or whatever. No, not that. But it was like a iron almirah, and it was like open. I don't know, they said something to, she said, the Masi the person said something to her. I did not hear that, and she said something to her which I did not hear what they both said. But this girl who was very anxious, the same person whose perspective I'm telling you, right, that she got like a little, like she got some assurance that, oh my god, so it's not lost, something like that. But something prompted her to go up the stairs again. So she went up the stairs again to that same level where those three women were sitting, right? And then this girl looked around, and then I saw, oh my god, why, how did we not see this earlier? Alright, then we looked around, as in she and I. She was not with me, she didn't know I was just there, alright? And then she looked around, she saw one big ass, again a similar lohik almirah, alright, that stainless steel iron almirah, alright, which I'm sure your parents would know what I'm talking about, right? Those almirah. And she saw one big one. I've never seen such a big one. The big almirah open. It was open. There were no doors to it. Normally these almirahs are like that double door almirahs. You open them like from the middle, like so. But there were no doors on it, and there was no clothes in it. It was just open. And I don't know why she felt like this is not my almirah. Alright, then she looked on the other side, on her right. Alright. And there were other almirahs there, but she looked and said, oh, that's not even my almirah, that's not my almirah, that's not my almirah. She got like, my almirah's not even here. So she was happy that, that whatever these women were, that's what I got from her, that whatever these three women were looking for, they don't even have the right place to look at. They are not even looking at the right place, but they are looking for something. They were, or as in actively हो सकता है, अभी हो रहा हो किसी realm में, I don't know. I'll never say anything mistaken here, right? So it could literally be happening somewhere actively, or in the 5D actively, okay? So this girl got relieved, much relieved, because she knew that, you know what, they are not even looking at the right place. As in my almirah is safe, it's not even here, so there is no way they could have had the keys to open it, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I think then again this girl goes down, and this time quite honestly, I don't know where she saw, because she would have seen the keys earlier also. But it could be phases and revelations in her life also, right? This could indicate that now I saw a bunch of keys, like होता है ना पूरा गुच्छे में हम डाल देते हैं, this 1 2 3 4 5 lockers in it, all of it in one go, like which my father tells me, like it's a most foolish thing to do ever, but yeah, but that's how most people do it, right? So that's how it was like in bunch. I didn't see anything else, but there was like in a bunch and on stuck on one of the lockers, like the entire bunch was there, one key in and the rest of the bunch hanging with it. So she found the keys. So I think there is somebody who is trying to like, that's what I got. We got the stolen card also last time, but it was in reverse. There's somebody who's trying to steal something from one of my collective here. Now this could very, very well literally be, quite honestly collective, you would know that I automatically jump onto something spiritual, but I'm telling you this could literally be something in the 3D as well. I've told you various times, please be very careful with your jewelry. I tell you all the time, please be careful with your jewelry, with your valuables. Alright, you could have a lot of people to look at it, oh my god, iske paas ye bhi hai, uske paas wo bhi hai, iske paas falana bhi hai. We don't even realize how much we have until other people start noticing it and pointing in that direction. We realize, oh my god, maybe other people may not have. We are not here to like, we're not insulting anybody ki tumhare paas nahi hai, hamare paas to hai. Not that, but just, you know what I'm trying to say. There could be people eyeing it and trying to keep it for themselves. And obviously there's a spiritual bit of it. You could have spiritual gifts, do 112 on the clock, so assurance on the spiritual gift side, guarantee on it, yes. But it could, as I said, it could, if the compass inside me takes me there, I know it, that there's definitely a 3D part to it also. So just be aware when you step out, maybe just take care of it. I've told you various times, please don't when you travel, don't. I had this download at least twice before, like similar kind, about jewelry. It was not this download, of course, but something else. This is for the first time, but about the jewelry bit. Okay, just be very careful with the jewelry. It has, you know, you wear it, it is like for the sake of this conversation, like this ring, it would have, is closest to myself right now, right? One of the things that are closest to myself. So just be careful, like this is the kind of things that people like to steal. It belongs to you. In 3D, it is expensive, yes, very expensive, but also because it belongs to you and they can use it to hurt you or something. Just sign that. But yeah, it is the truth. And जिसको नहीं believe करना वो जा सकता है अभी. You don't have to come back to my channel. I don't need you as a follower or even as a viewer. As let's be very, very, very clear here. Okay, अगर लग रहा है ज़्यादा डर लगता है, ये तो होता ही नहीं है, तो मत आओ भाई यहाँ पर. Let it be, you know, of relevance to people who actually know and believe in it. Okay, so be very careful. Your spiritual gifts, again, just keep yourself updated in terms of your prayers. Don't delay your prayers, don't lax, don't mess. Keep your self clean, keep your aura clean. जैसे भी लगे कुछ heavy आ रहा है या कुछ है, like negativity trying to surround you, negativity trying to like send you thoughts कि अच्छा वो पता है उसने क्या कहा था, you know what he's saying, you know what she, just put a wall on between that person and yourself. Simple as that. You don't need that bullshit. There's enough negativity in the world. We don't need other people to come in and just tell us that kind of women. I think you need to be aware of. And this is exactly, Divine showed me 3 women. I'm going to do tarot today to see अगर वो 3 वाला celebration card आ गया ना, जिसमें 3 and even 3 of Pentacles आ गया बस. But I'm telling you this, I already know that there is a bunch of feminine women who probably know that you are gifted, you have spiritual powers, you have these gifts. I call them powers because they see it as powers. You may see it as a gift to help other people, but not other people don't see it that way. They see, okay, if we do something to her, will that give us something? If we just take this from her, can we stop her? Can we delay this? If we were to take all this, you know, I realized like I had like I said, this jewelry bit is very important. And why Divine tells me this, because why that locker, why those almiras, why those, and those were not like usual those wardrobes, alright, जो plywood के बने होते हैं. These are like actual almiras with actual lockers, like solid stuff. So you have like done your bit, but you might still have people eyeing it. They are not able to break it, but they are trying to like send that juju towards you. Okay, so just there, everybody, confirmation. Okay, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग, I mean, I don't know what, like, it just seemed like we are bragging, but chosen best, just know you're special. We ain't like others and you need to guard yourself, you need to protect yourself. इसके लिए जो भी जिसको भी cut करना पड़े, please cut them out of your energy. Cut them out, don't feel bad about it. I stopped feeling bad cutting people out like ages ago. I mean, this is my job, cutting people out of my network. Like, do not show your face, do not be this, do not be that. Okay, so just know that mostly people will send you so that they can hack your energy in a way. Okay, of course there are various other renditions to it, but just so you know, just be very careful. Okay, all right, that is that. And again, okay, this one I got, and I'm not sure because I got it before I was doing something actively and both my hands were in it. Alright, and I just wanted, like, okay, Divine, I'll just get up and do it, because I'm literally sitting down on my sofa and I was working on something when I got this download. I was like, I'll just get up, Divine, I will note it down. And then I got it 2-3 times again, because I think it just is very important. So it came in 2 sentences to me. So the second part was given to me first, but then Divine reiterated it so many times that I understood that this is how part 1, this is the first sentence and this is the second sentence of it. So the first sentence that was given to me was, we are done here, you know, and very spoken very authoritatively, like, we are done here, like, and not in a way like kind of ordering anything. It's more like a command, but in a very it comes from like someone who's not like a, it just seemed like it came from angels. Quite honestly, that's how I felt it. Okay, and it was like, we're done here, like a very quiet power, like, we're done here. You don't have to like yell, like, actually powerful people don't have to like yell, they don't have to like show people down. It's like actual power, you know what I'm trying to say, right? The real authority that comes, that real royalty, real regalness comes from, like, it was like that, we're done here. Something very final. It doesn't have a question. Are we done here? No. It was like, we're done here. Okay, very gentle, very courteous, but commanding still. Alright, that was that. And then the first part that was given to me, then later was someone saying, this was more like an ask, but in a rhetorical way. When we ask stuff, but when we don't really mean to ask, you know what I'm trying to say, right? It says, are we finished here? And we're like, we're done here. Then again, are we finished here? And someone saying, we're done here. Are we finished here? We're done here. Are we finished here? We're done here. Then someone saying, it's over. We're like, who can? And I got like, it's over. And after that also, it's over. And then there was like a silence in all of this. Like, again, this was, I got like over a period of, yesterday, like, but over through hours, like, are we finished here? We're done here. Are we finished here? We're done here. Again and again. And then I, in the end, like towards the evening, I must have got like, it's over. And then again, it was like, it started again. So that kind. Alright. Are we finished here? We're done here. It's over. That kind. So I don't know what is over, but it seemed very angelic. And like I said, very quiet command. That kind of a command doesn't come from the demonic side or the devilish side. Okay, it doesn't come from there. They like to make people afraid of themselves. Like, people have to be afraid of them. That is how they command power. Fear. We command our team, the divine team, we command power by love, confirmation, respect. Alright, respect for each other, respect for ourselves. Imagine my experience today. Lord Vishnu saying out my name. And I did not budge. Why is it? It's just 7:10. It's only 7. I'm getting up. Maybe just as a thought, like, imagine saying, they're so sweet. Imagining a God like the preserver of the universe, speaking to you by your name, calling you out by your name. So humble, so grand, but so humble. That's how it is. Had it been the other side, it would have come like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So it was something very, thank you for the confirmation. Something very regal, as I said, something very regal about it. Like a bunch of angels like doing something, and we're like, yeah, we're done here. Are we finished? Yeah, we're done here. We're done here. It's over. It's something like that. I don't know what is over, but see, like I said, at the cost of repeating myself, it seems something like the angels were doing, and they were doing something either in your life or they're working out a miracle. Okay. Oh, that miracle word was also given to me literally just within today. All right, and the day hasn't ended yet. It's only just it's 4:10 right now, right? I got this miracle word. I must have gotten it at least 10 times today, 10, 15 times. Just ballparking it, 10, 15 times. Miracle word. So I think they're probably working out something for you, my collective. Or something for you, something they're doing something, placing things and events and synchronicities in a certain way, and just trying to kind of like giving you a heads up that they've done something. They want you to know they've done something special in your life, something for you that's coming up. So expect something great and tell me about it. Okay, put that in the comment section. Tell me what was that wonderful great thing that happened in your life, that something that's, and it's very final. Like I said, remember, it's very final. There's a final tone to it, like that. It's done, not with done, but you know what I'm trying to say, that. Okay, so, and what else? There are few more that I will share next time, quite honestly. Let me just take them to God first, whether they are, again, like I said, I've told you various times, when I don't give them to you right away is when I know that those experiences, I have to check whether those experiences, whatever those downloads were exclusively for me or for the greater collective. Okay, so let's do tarot today. We have 31 minutes. I keep it good. And I always miss when I don't feel don't do tarot. I feel a little guilty. That's what I was going with. Okay, what is this one card? There's always one card, no matter how hard you try. Always a card in the box. Ooh. This is the 9 of Wands. Okay. I think your time to what? And this was upright. Why is this card like so? It's got like marks on it that none of my other cards would have. I'm 100% sure. Why does it have a mark on it? Okay, so I do feel if you're waiting for something, if you're like, you want like taking a breather or something, it just seemed like that. You're like taking a breather, bahut ho gaya yaar, kaam bahut, ek ke baad ek, that kind of a breather or something. Just so like I said, that download, it's over. That period of you waiting and like just 3 on the clock, 3303 on the clock, definitely master number 33, you're creating something. If you may this, look at this person, this looks like he's just taking a breather, he's just holding this like saans le lu zara main. You could be given rest, like I've been given rest. You could literally be given rest. Maybe you would have worked quite hard. Maybe it's that when you go over a threshold, I keep talking about these spiritual tests that you passed your test, right? This is what we keep talking about, right? So that is that ascension that I talk about. It's what does that mean really? When you have crossed a threshold, you might have crossed a threshold, on the spiritual journey, and now you've been given rest. But I'm telling you, this rest is over by 3344 on the clock. This rest is going to be over very soon. Maybe they were like aligning certain events, and this is that part of it where you were like given rest. मैंने अभी क्या बोला था collective? What did I say? This 3 of Pentacles come out. I'll tell you those 3 people were like looking for something that I did not just say that. 3 of Pentacles is right here. You could be someone who's, I want to say the effort, because that's how this energy is explained. I'm just channeling the energy in the card. You could be like just tired of this bull crap. You could literally be tired of all this, and your spirit team knows that you're tired of this blah 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 blah, all of this happening, ye ho raha hai, wo ho raha hai, these new rumors, these all these spiritual attacks, all these otherwise attacks on whatever you, on your projects, or whatever you create, or otherwise on your reputation, on your life, on your career, whatever it is. Where did I okay, I mistakenly just put it back, but it's still here. And look at what is here, it's judgment. But judgment is okay. But let me just take this card out. I want to like keep this card here. Alright. So this is what it is. You might just be like tired of this. And you might actually feel that the judgment is in reverse. That कुछ judgment इनका तो कोई ये इतना कुछ करके you might, if you're in that energy, come out of it. I'm telling you, I can guarantee you that from my own experience. Don't feel that you know, you are like, look at this person being like, usko chot tak lagi hai, dude. He's got like stuff on his head. And why do you think that he's got that patti on the head? Again, the mind. Alright, something that you create by your mind. That is where this person is like problems of the this after that and everything, that he's got like literally he's got. That is why you've been given rest. But rest for a little while. Rest. You've been under attack, under siege for a very long time. And you've been fighting this alone. Of course, in the ethers you have your angels, you have your entire spirit team, you have your ancestors, you have your deities, you got everybody. Alright? But yeah, you are doing this alone in the 3D, yes. You are doing this alone in the 3D and you're fighting all this all by yourself. There's no one around this person. No one else. I don't see no one else. Is it? No, कुछ भी नहीं है. पहाड़ है बस पीछे और एक रोड है सीमेंट जैसी. Right? That's what you got. So you could be given. I do feel this, and इसका orange robe है यार, but then there's a lot of red in the robe also. Alright, so these people could also be attacking your root chakra, from where your confidence, your identity originates from. Who you are, who I am, originates from root chakra. They could literally be. You could have a very aligned root chakra, but these, whatever your ops are, could be attacking that also. That's how I feel it. But do feel this is like forced rest. And this happens to every spiritual person, because there's a lot of fight. You're fighting in the 3D, you're fighting in the ethers. There's a lot of fight, and of course you're tired. That's given. But this is the rest you begin, and know that we got. It's over. It's finished. That one. So know that it's over, and you're going to be again. That's what the point I was coming at. You're going to be thrown again into a lot of work, lot of everything. So just take your rest. Alright, take your rest, but then like, just so you know that it's going to be over very soon. And I won't like talk about this card. I already told you 3 of Pentacles aa gaya, to I already know. Like, so like cards are only like here to like read the energy that I can, otherwise by grace of God I can read energy otherwise. So this is what it is. This is the 3 people. 1, 2, 3. Right? And see how much darkness there is. Those 3 people, those 3 women, they did not say a word. They could literally be people who don't come and fight face to face themselves, right? They do it in the ether. You getting what I'm trying to say? Like people who like go to, you know, there's कहावत in Hindi, right? An adage in Hindi, किसी के दूसरे के कंधे पर बंदूक रख के चलाना. What does that mean? Like, let me loosely translate it to the English speaking audience here. Like, this adage in Hindi means like when you like use somebody else's shoulder to put a gun and to like shoot your shot at someone else, at the third person. So you're basically using that person in the middle, the second person. That second person is letting this person, who's shooting the shot, letting them use their shoulder to shoot the shot, right? So जो पीछे जो shot कर वो तो सही है भैया, उसके आगे तो पूरा armor है. गोली लगेगी तो अगर इसको लगेगी, backfire होगा तो इसको होएगा, मुझे तो नहीं होएगा. You should not try to say like it doesn't work that way spiritually. It doesn't. Spiritual laws are like absolute laws. If you've seen Odyssey, and if you haven't seen Odyssey, अरे यार क्या कर रहे हो यार? Go watch movies also. बीच बीच में fun भी करा करो. So in the like Zeus's law. What? Zeus's law? What was Zeus's law that they talked about? A very small part of the movie. But what was the law that they were talking about in the movie? Like, आप किसी के घर जाते हो, मेहमान होते हो, you can take certain things. Since you are a visitor, you're a guest. Not a visitor, you're a guest. You are almost like you take that same जो हमारे यहाँ अतिथि देवो भव वाला है, जो scene है, वैसे ही almost, right? Because so what another thought came into my mind, because we also, I think our gods and their gods are very alike. That's why a lot of things is हम कहते हैं अतिथि देवो भव. When I saw that on the screen, I was reminded of अतिथि देवो भव in our culture, in our Hindu culture, right? Isn't that what we have? लाइक हमारे घर में कोई भगवान आता है तो हम उसे भगवान की तरह पूछते हैं, उसे बेस्ट खाने को देते हैं, उसका बेस्ट ख्याल रखते हैं, समथिंग ऑन दोज लाइन्स, राइट? Similarly, Zeus's law said, like the god Zeus's law said that if you're a guest in somebody else's house, you can take stuff because you're a guest in their house, and the law says a guest can take stuff. All right. So when Matt Damon's character goes and like, you remember, like वो कहीं जाते हैं that witch's house they go to, which they did not realize was a witch. Beautiful scene, that one, right? By the way, it has a lot of spiritual meaning, that one. If you haven't seen Odyssey, please go watch. These kind of movies don't come again. ऐसे आ नहीं जाते हैं, हर 2 महीने में नहीं आ जाती, ऐसी पिक्चर आती है एक बार 10 साल में. Go watch it. Right? So so Matt Damon says, oh, we can just take, and there were people who just they found the house empty, right? The woman just ran, and they were like, oh, you can just take this, right? He says, Matt Damon's character says, we can just take it, na? Zeus's law. We can just take stuff. Zeus's law, right? And उसी के घर पे क्या हो रहा था, back at his own home, at Damon's home, they had those visitors, right? Those other kings and their soldiers and various other suitors who were like, had an eye on his wife, and they lived in their castle for 3 years, and they were like freeloading stuff for 3 years. Again, why? Because Zeus's law. So it's almost like karma, right? He could think, oh my god, it's just a spiritual law, so I can exploit it. 4 on the clock. So mirror energy, exactly, 4114, mirror energy. So the same thing, that same concept, he said he could exploit it. Zeus's law, he could just take from somebody else's house. Matt Damon's character could take it from anybody's house, and exactly the same thing, mirror. The universe mirrored the same energy in his life. So when he was gone, his wife and his son were alone in the palace, right? So these people hounded the palace, they freeloaded every day, drank their wine, ate their food, misbehaved with the women and everything for 3 years. Why? On basis of what? Zeus's law. That's the same energy. So remember this, as people, these kind of people will not like be able to like get away from stuff, but you still need to be able to guard yourself. Okay, those are spiritual laws. ये जो वावा वुम वुम कर रहे हैं ना, ये तीनों वावा वुम वुम ही कर रहे हैं तीनों बैठ के. Just be aware of these 3 women trying to like be very sneaky around you. They use other people to get to you. They don't come themselves कि मैं तेरी opponent हूँ, मैं तेरी opponent हूँ, like that way. As either feminine energy, or it could literally be a man in a very feminine energy also, who operates out of a feminine energy. मेरी तरफ देखो, like very feminine aspect of a woman is what I'm saying, right? There's kind of people who like hawk for attention. If you don't give them attention, you are the W, you are the B. You know, I'm trying to say those kind of people I'm talking about. They operate out of that womanly energy, that feminine energy, that distorted feminine energy. The feminine inside that person is distorted, they're so dysregulated that it, like I said, it needs a lot of healing, lot of therapy. Anyways, not a problem, but just telling you that this is, again, as I said, at the cost of repeating myself, remember 3 women, Vava, Vum Vum kinds, who use magic. Vava Vum doesn't have to be just, as I've said that many a time, but I feel there are new people who join in, they need this information, and it should be told, should be educated, they should be informed that it doesn't have to be like Akram Bakram Shuashulum. That is not just spoken word is magic. You can change people's destinies. 4343 on the okay, whatever. So see, I was like distracted for a second because there wasn't download given to me. It was more like something that I wouldn't call it a download, quite honestly, but there was something that Divine asked me to think about, quite honestly. So there was this comedy series, I think I don't know whether it still comes or not, it's a long time, I think it's from the 2000s or later, I don't know, I think 2000s, right? It was called Rules of Engagement. I used to watch it when they were like proper cable hota tha na, hum cable TV dekhte the jab, tab ki baat kar rahe, right? So I mean, we were just watching a rerun on one of the US channels, and usme there was this episode wherein, so it's about a married couple. The story revolves around a married couple and an engaged couple, right? They're like engaged to be married, and there's one married couple that's been married for like good 15 years later. Okay, something like they've been married for a while, they don't have kids yet, but like that. And then there's another soon to be married engaged couple. Alright, so those two couples, and there was this party that they both the couples were at 4:44 on the clock. So I was supposed to tell you, I had it written down but I did not say it. So I am supposed to tell you this. Okay, so this couple goes, and the engaged couple, right? The girl in the engaged couple goes and uses the restroom. So she just washes her hands and throws the tissue paper right in the WC only. You're supposed to throw it in the bin, but she throws it in the WC. I don't know why a lot of people do that, but people do that. Don't know why, but yes, they do. So we are not here teaching people like, okay, anyways, right? So that's what she does, and it clogs the WC. Alright, now she like, oh my god, then she just goes out, like what does she do? And she sees, oh, there's a line of people were like lined up to like use the loo right after her, and she can't like escape, like aise band karke bhag jaye, pata nahi kar nahi sakti wo. So she sees Adam also, like her fiance also in the queue, and she's like calls him, shh, come inside. So there's a lot of comedy around it and everything, but we'll get to the point. So Adam also goes into the restroom and is like, what do you want? Like he thinks that maybe she wants like a whatever. Okay, you get the drift. So and she's like, no, I clogged the loo, so what should we do now? What do? I can't just walk out of here like this, people will shame me and blah 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 blah. So this is all a comedy thing, but you can always learn something from it. Okay, so Adam says, her fiance says, you know what, we'll just walk out of here and pin it on someone else. Wait, you watch me, how should we do it? So they both come out of the washroom, and the other people who just they think, okay, now I can just go in, the people who were lined up. So they stop, so Adam and that girl, I'm forgetting the girl's name, they stop, the couple stops the other people and say, don't go, if I were you, I wouldn't go in. So it's like, really, it's just not in a good state, and it's just like, you know what I'm trying to say. All of that, it's in shambles, and somebody has like really just made a mess inside. Yeah, let's say that, made a mess inside and should not go. You're like, what? Like they start talking like, I wonder who's like this, who does this, and there's this Asian twins, like there were twin men, Asian twin men, like with Asian features, right? So Adam and his fiance, they just pin it on him that they were the ones, we saw them going inside, and they're the ones who did that. Alright, they're the ones who made a mess, they don't know how to like use a loo, they don't know, they're not from our culture and stuff like that. Something like this, they pin it on the twin brothers, Asian looking, and they were like, why were they Asian? Because they were like, I feel that they wanted to like say that they're from a different culture, and it was like easier for everybody to pin it down on someone from the lesser culture, as the Americans would feel it is. Like it's comedy for them, whatever. But whatever, it's just comedy. Just go with the flow. Alright, so then uske baad, and you see in the party there's a lot of other things happen. We don't have to know about all of that, but people start behaving differently with those Asian twins, because this rumor then spreads. Oh yaar, you pata hai, bathroom mein like there's a huge mess. Who did that? Those two did that. And then like other things, something like that. People start treating these two brothers very differently. Alright. So I was like, and I was just quietly watching, and Zen was like, my husband, like he pointed out this, see, like all it takes for people to behave differently with someone they don't even know is just that one stupid rumor, right? Well, like, story of my life, bro. Story of my life. So imagine it. So there is a lesson everywhere if you want to look, but what I wanted to say was just be very careful. These are like 3 people. That's why, see, I had it written down, but I did not tell you this because I did not know whether really Divine wants me to share it, but it's literally that. These 3 people could literally be trying to impact or affect rather your reputation, your credibility more, right? Your credibility is lost in this day and age. Bhai, fir to banda kuch bachta nahi. This is the age of misinformation, like of propaganda and scandals, and that's what gets people's attention these days, and whatever you give attention to becomes powerful, isn't it? So you see, that's why these content creators who were at that cockroach rally, they said such words because they wanted the attention to themselves, so that people go and search who they are and they follow you. Oh my god, but ye tak bol diya tha Modi ke liye. You know, that's the attention they all wanted. Why would you think otherwise? Why would they go in front of the camera and say, you should feel lucky that we have him as the Prime Minister. we don't that's what me and my husband, like literally that's what, you give him one spark, my husband will just start like a 2 hour, you know, like thing on this, that you know what, we don't deserve Modi. Like quite honestly, he's just the greatest, he's the best prime minister we have had here. We don't respect him, we don't respect what we have, we just don't. And these are the kind of people who don't, these are the kind of people who do these darker things because they know you are a mirror to them, they know what they have, they don't deserve it, so they mirror, they project that onto you. You might act like a reflector, like a mirror. There's an entire psychology about it, like read about it. You could act like a mirror. Alright, so this is the kind of people who love to take things from other people so that they feel better about themselves. This is that kind. Those three sisters that I saw in that prophetic dream were exactly that. They're like sitting there, they're waiting. The thought that was given to me, that I read, was that when she goes in whatever direction she goes, just keep an eye on her. We'll know that that's where the thing is. That's where she's kept it. That's where she's stored it. Whatever. Okay, so just be very, very, very careful. Confirmation. Be very careful of people who try to like start these rumors. Even छोटा भी कुछ होता है, कुछ छोटा सा भी झूठ बोलते हैं, something that can affect other people. Just be very careful with these kind of people. Just, I would say, just shut that shop down instantly. That's what I learned in my life. And don't be too grateful. Just like what like I said, we've been feeling about Modi, that he is not doing the right thing now by letting these people go. Because these Gen Z people will never learn their lessons. They are here to confirmation. And this was a loud one. These Gen Z folks, this generation has not built anything. Boomers built everything. They worked hard, they didn't ask any questions. Can you imagine not having to work hard and not ask any questions because they were like building stuff for the country? Every country that is like so great today, including America, right? Boomers built it. And we all like to now what does this generation does? They like to call them out like as if it's a bad word, as if it's a curse, as if it's like a gali or something. Like boomer. That's what they do. They built this country, bro. What you have today is all because these our grandfathers, they worked that hard without asking any questions. Our ancestors worked hard without asking any questions. That's why we have such honor and privilege. We think everything, we take things for granted because we think से अपने आप ही आ जाती हैं, you know, they just land on their own. Like credit card है, बस ऐसे तो करना है, अपने आप चीज़ें अपने कार्ट में आ जाती हैं, घर में आ जाती हैं उसके बाद. Where I do feel this Gen Z generation just lacks that. How is that money first built? How is that money first created? How is that money first saved? They lack it. They're like, सब कुछ मुझे startup पे चाहिए, एक मिनट और नहीं काम करूँगा मैं या करूँगी मैं, and I need everything of yours is mine. That is the vibe with this generation. Not like going and just गाली दे रहे हो screen पर, क्या कर रहे हो bro? You're letting the country down. And the Prime Minister is still, he's just, because he's not from this generation, na? He's just letting go of everyone. I forgive you. Go live your life. Job. Because if he just stops them now, if he does anything, these kids will never get any job in their life. They will not be, they already don't have a job. They're like, what are they doing? What are they doing with their lives? They're like eating their parents' money, quite honestly, right? They don't have anything. So they will be thrown out of wherever they live. They'll be thrown out of their jobs. They'll be thrown out of their spouses' life if they ever get married, that is, in the first place. Such behavior this is that generation likes to take from other people. We'll just, wherever she goes, we'll just take it. We'll just take what's hers. So क्या हुआ? हम ले लेंगे. उसके बाद कुछ भी होगा, कुछ बोलोगे तो हम रो देंगे दो आंसू स्क्रीन के सामने. दो आंसू रोना, हमको तो पता नहीं था, हमको तो बोला ऐसे बोल दो. अच्छा, बोला ऐसे बोल दिया तुमने. मैं कह रही हूँ कूद जाओगे. You know what I mean? So this is, just be very careful of these kind of takers. They're freeloaders. Remember, freeloaders who just sit with their feet up. Remember, they had planted themselves, those three women had planted themselves. That's what I stressed on. They're not just sitting over there. They've planted. They're like, we are here until we find that what she has. You know, that kind. Just be aware of such energies and shut them down. That is what I have learned as a hard lesson. If you don't shut these people down, they will continue to take you for granted. I never did like people said stuff like अपने आप समझ जाएंगे. Just like literally what Modi ji is doing right now. कि अपने आप समझ जाएंगे. They'll get their अकल. पता लग जाएगा. समझ आ जाएगा ना? No, nothing. कोई समझ नहीं आया. किसी को कोई समझ नहीं आया. So you don't have to like learn that lesson. Okay? You don't have to learn the lesson a hard way like I did. You can learn from my experience, and my experience is you need to shut this shop down right in its tracks, right when it's like in that budding season. Okay, right, let's just now flip our cards a little bit more. Three of Pentacles, like I said, I already know it's gonna come out. It's a Vava Bohunza. They're trying to take something that you have, something special that you have, that or something valuable that you have in the 3D and something valuable you have in the 5D, whatever you take that as, whatever you consider that as. Alright? Which I'll take up. So it didn't come out, but the Sun and the Emperor. Okay, you're in this energy. You have something to give, my collective. Emperor energy and the Sun energy. So this will come to light. Thank you, Divine. So sweet. This will come to light. Whatever they are doing this, Baba Boom Boom, I guarantee you that, collective. I'm guaranteeing you, my word is on the camera with you. I'm guaranteeing you that whatever these people are doing in the dark, whatever wrong, unethical, illegal stuff they are trying to do, or whatever they did with you, will come out to light. You will be in this Emperor position. You will be the Emperor. Alright? Okay, they didn't. I'm going to put them back, but yeah, I knew that this is the direction Divine wanted me to take in. Alright, okay. What else, Divine? Any other cards for my collective? Okay. Anything else, Divine? Anything else? A share. 56 minutes. Okay. Alright. And for a change, it's not my turn to cook, so Zen will cook. So we can extend it should we want to, like a little bit more. Okay, 1.5 घंटा कर सकते हैं आज आराम से. Okay, anything else? Yes, Divine. Ooh, see? The Six of Wands. You will look at this person receiving the achievement, the acknowledgement and everything. Alright? Look at this. He's on a horse. People are like, yay, our prince. And you, this is coming back, homecoming energy. Oh yeah. One moment, let me just keep this here. This is homecoming energy. This person has like confirmation, sorry. This person has come back from a war. So take that as like a whatever you battled, whatever you fought, whatever it is that we're talking about. This is homecoming. So when this person has just come back and look at the crown on their head and people cheering, yay, Hamara Raja. Something like that. Not Raja, this is more like a warrior. Confirmation. This is like more like a warrior coming back, right? Look at all this green robe. Why there's so much green here and there's a lot of green here also. Green symbolizes healing. There's literally Archangel Raphael's energy. Healing. Something like that. So you will be given this, alright? This is coming. This is right after this dark energy of like taking stuff from people, and just be very careful with all the generations. But yes, especially with this, if you have like Gen Z kind of people around you, you have to be extra careful, is what I'm saying. I'm not kidding you. Be very careful with what you give. Don't give people access to your money. Don't share money related financial stuff with them. Don't even lend money. That's how I learned my lesson. I tried to help someone lending money to them, and there's another campaign this person started against me because I helped. That's how the logic goes in their brain. Because I helped this person, she thought like she could abuse or whatever. Anyways, but that's the energy. Don't let Gen Z people put their fangs inside you, especially your money, something you have, like something creative. Alright, just keep your distance. There is no harm in helping people, yes, but don't. That's what I learned. And I took this to God. I only helped this person and they needed something and they were in a fix. I just tried to help them. Why did this person turn against me? Why did this person started this campaign against me and whatever this person did? And Divine was like, well, you came. This was an actual answer I got. Imagine, this did not come in pieces. It was like given to me like this. But you came between this person's karma, them and their karma. You came between that. Since the kind of energy we have, the kind of power we have, the kind of blessing we have with humility, you came between that person and the karma they were supposed to receive at the time. So now a part of that will go to you. So this person was supposed to suffer at the time, but I just came in between. It also works that way. That's why thank confirmation. It also works that way. It's quite a hard lesson, but I was like, oh my gosh, Divine, I was just helping. Quite honestly, like, but she, whoever, you were supposed to learn a lesson, a very hard lesson. You took it on because you helped them. That is how careful you have to be. When you're blessed, you have to be very careful. That is how it is. So you want to help people, but with this generation, I would confirmation again see about this generation. There's people who have not earned their money. They still earn their parents' money. They haven't earned their money, or even if they're earning, they haven't really built anything with it. If you know what I'm trying to say, once you like build a house, you build something, you've got your own car, like this building involved, you have saved something, you have like investments in confirmation 10:10 on the clock. Thank you, Divine. That is building. Having something like your family saying from here and half from there, some from here, that is not building. Most of this generation says, if you ask them, they will say, we earn to go on vacations, we earn money to have these experiences, we earn money to... No, that's 0101 on the clock. They don't earn to build. They're earning to consume that money instantaneously. Alright, so just understand, they are different than most of the other generations that came before them. No, every generation that came before them, they're different from them, and there's a reason why all this shwa is happening right now. And because there are a lot of people who think, if there was just everything was given for free, that's the same generation who would not be able to understand the economics of like, they would be like, just money अगर print कर दें तो नहीं हो जाएगा हमारा काम easy. If the just RBI is the one that is just putting us in poverty, just tell RBI to print more money. That is the generation who would not be able to make heads and tails of the concept, the very basic concept of economics. They won't be able to. Just print money and give it to us. They'll be like that. So just be very careful of giving this generation access to your money is what I'm trying to say. Which you have built, you worked for, you built every little bit slowly and steadily with sacrifices, things you could have bought which you did not buy because you wanted to save for something else, for something bigger, something more important, something more substantial. Right? So this generation is like, no, I want more boots, I want my coat, I want this done, I want that pack, I want that thing. It's like that. This is the generation. Okay, what is this? The Queen of Swords. I'm telling you the truth. This is the hard bitter pill to swallow, but it is the truth. It didn't come out, but this Divine just like kind of like stamped it. What else? What is this? The World card, but fell in reverse. The World in reverse. Okay. After the Six of Wands, Divine, could you like confirm the World card in reverse? Card in reverse would be starting the same cycle. Ugh. Don't be. Maybe the attempt is for you to be put in the same cycle again. Right? You start from this. You start from the beginning. Yeah, it's not going to be. I knew it. All right. Okay. So we have the Temperance in reverse and the Three of Wands upright. Temperance in reverse. Okay, so what the intent here is that you don't be in balance, and you like, okay, and there's a lot of water here in the Temperance card. If you just see, this talks about balance, harmony and everything. Now this is in reverse and there's a lot of water here. So don't be emotional. Okay. They would come to you with their answers, with their emotions, that see, we have nothing and there's nothing we can do. We have nothing, please just give us some. It could literally, they could start with something like an apology, they could start with whatever they want to start with, some emotional, something that they know, something that appeals to you, alright, anything, an emotion that you, let's say you love animals, they might say something about that, they want to connect with you emotionally on some ground or the other, and then it will be the start of another cycle. That's how they will. That's like, how will they start another cycle with you? Do not let them start another cycle. They are like trying to like build plans. They're just waiting right now. They're watching and waiting, my brother, my sister, whoever you are. The moon card. See, 1-4. It was 4-4 on the clock. It was literally 1-4-4. So you're chosen, you're protected, but there's a lot of items that are concealed in the situation. You do not know the whole situation, but they would like to, like I said, I keep saying this sentence over and over again, and I know it resonates. They're trying to put their fangs inside you. कि एक बार हम इसका divine energy को बस चूस लेंगे, हम इसकी what was this trying to like show its face? Ace of Pentacles. That is what they're trying to like take it from you, your blessing. There's somebody's trying to take it from you. They'll just, if you were to just get them emotionally involved, get access to them. Okay, get access to this person once. All we need is just once, and we have studied them so well that we'll take them down this time for good. Just be very aware, be very, very, very careful. I've said that 1000 bar today, yaar. Please be very careful. Do not let them into your money. Money being like money, prosperity, health, they will come for you. They've been watching you. They're like, all we need is that one. What is this? They didn't come out, but it was just like, kind of like pulling in here. Thief. It didn't come out. I'm going to put it like, what a thief. I just said this. Thief. This is what they're seeing. Bottom energy. Where I say your jewels, your gems, something valuable. Look at this person, this dark person looking at, oh my god, इसके पास ये भी है, इसके पास ये भी है, इसके पास मेड्यूसा वाली एनर्जी है, इसके पास क्राउन है, इसके पास ये है, इसके पास सोने जौहरात है, इसके पास घर भी है, इसके पास ये भी है. You know all that. How many things are there? There's 7 things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. And there's one that is concealed here. This one which has that red outside, because this is a divine power that is like in activation or is activated or something that other people don't know. That divine power. This person is looking at all this. This is the entire. This is who you are. With all of this together. This is what they're looking at. Like all they need is one time to access the energy. Will just take them down like they were never there. Last वाली गलतियाँ नहीं करेंगे. Something like that. That is what I'm hearing. Last time वाली गलती नहीं करेंगे हम. इस बार we'll just take them down for once and for all. Alright? Don't be too emotional. Right? कि अरे ये बेचारी का वो. That's what I did with my. Just कोई बात नहीं. If I have the means. What was that so loud, bro? Hang on. I was like, oh, that was the. Let me just help them. If I could. What is this? Badoom. You heard how loud this card was, right? Tower card. Upright. Let me see if this tower is for you or the tower is for them, my collective. Let me just see. Because it does, if you are careful, this never will come to you. But if you're not careful, I don't think I can stress enough that this will be for you. The tower will be for you. If you're not careful, if you don't listen to me, and if you just give them access to yourself, to your energy, to your money, to your abundance, they will make sure this tower comes in your life. Be very careful with such people. आंसू crocodile के आंसू समझना सबको. अभी like you're not going to be a bad person. See, don't let people get their karma. It is they earned it, bro. Let them have their karma. आने दो उनको karma. उनका karma is their karma. Like I just said, I literally got this answer. Like you came between that person's karma. They were supposed to receive a very important lesson in their life, and you came between that because you helped. You were not supposed to help. Yes. And this is, whatever this is happening fast. It didn't come out, but it made such a loud thundering noise. I was like, okay, let me take it. It's happening. Whatever this will happen very fast. So be very, 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 very careful with everyone. Not just Gen Z, of course, especially Gen Z, but everybody. Like anybody who comes with, what is this? The King of Cups. रोते हुए को आएगा. तो you might think अरे इस बंदे को क्यों चाहिए होंगे आपका abundance आपका, you know, they want, again remember, it's the abundance in your 5D. It's not just, they know what you are about to get, they know your miracle is coming, they know it, that's in whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, Lord Vishnu, I just keep looking at his card. Lord Vishnu, please, 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 just please shield my collector. Divine, please, on your both sides. Please, please, please shield my collector. Alright, but I can give you, I can only advise you, like suggest rather, not even advice, suggestion. Right? But then you are the one doing karma. You are the one. Okay? Okay. What? Okay. Divine, we were asking कि अच्छा हाँ 3 है वैसे दे दूँ. I don't. There's more conflict and watching you. The watching you is right on the spiritually watching you, and then magician is right under. Okay, you're manifesting this. This is in your destiny, but there are a lot of people just trying to send you a lot of wands. At this five, there's 6 of what is it? How many wands? 5, 6, 7, 7 of wands. This is also like this card is right under. Oh, wonderful energy. You and the divine getting together, or whatever. I think this is right under this. So like, oh, you're tired. We'll send you more. No, it doesn't work that way. But I'm just telling you their intent. It doesn't work that way. ऐसे नहीं होता है कि भाई और वो ऐसे कर देंगे और ऐसे निकल जाएंगे. ऐसे नहीं होता. But ऐसे है. This is what it is. That this is what the intent is. We'll send you more, and there's a lot of flu. That 3 of Pentacles, which I already predicted that it's going to come out. Here it is, right? There's all this getting together, like let's just do this to this person. ये कर लेते हैं, वो कर लेते हैं, and then they're watching you. Literally, they might be watching you on the internet. If you don't do something, you have whatever your socials or whatever you are available to be looked at. Or they're watching you every move. They could be stalking you, like literally stalking you. 111 on the clock. You could literally be stalking you, physically stalking you, or spiritually stalking you. Alright? And but the good news, the wonderful news here is, since we asked God, this is for us or for whom? There's this acknowledgement, public recognition, accomplishment, victory card, and homecoming victory card, and you getting your flowers, as they say. This card, magician card, is right under it. So this is like, this is happening for you. You have the resources. This is happening for you. All right. Let me just take one more card one more time, one more shuffle, divine, because just reconfirm that about the tower card. Divine could just like confirm the tower, the moon, the tower. Moon, we know what it is, but Chandra Mohan. Yeah, oh Chandra, and the Chandra card also came out. The Chandra card. This is the moon card. So we divine है वैसे यहीं पर ही है, बैकग्राउंड में है और ऊपर है, इनको पता नहीं है अभी, बट इन्हीं को ही whatever they dig, they will fall in, right? But yeah, I still want to have that clarity. Yes, divine. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, divine. So the Queen of Pentacles, this could be someone like, this Queen of Pentacles is right under the World card in reverse. Queen of Pentacles reverse, World card reverse. So this could be someone who has like this an affluent person, right? Who have enough. I said, that's why I already told you. You might think कि इसके पास तो है ना, हमें क्यों, इसको क्या चाहिए होगा मेरे से, है ना? But just be very careful. They are not really that affluent, or they were affluent. They don't have that kind of money anymore. Like that kind of. They are not. They may have been affluent in the past, is what I'm saying. Affluent in money-wise, status-wise, but not anymore now. You might not know stuff that has happened, but it just seems like the world in reverse. So their fortune has reversed, it seems. So maybe if they were doing very well before, they are not doing that well now. And I see Pentacles, so this person could literally be in bad health also. Not just money-wise bad health, I mean physical bad health as well. Could be. And they want to, maybe this is what they projected on your life, and that's what they have got, because it backfired. So many cards, oh my gosh, too many cards. And you know what, a 3 of, मैंने बोला था ना पहले कि 3 of Pentacles and that 3 of Cups वाला, the cheery celebration card, here it is. But there are like a lot of cards. I'm not going to take them all, like whatever Oh, now everything is upside down. Hang on. If it, I was about to say my sentence, but if it comes out, I'll take it again. You know what jumped? Hand to God, what jumped? In reverse. In reverse. So they want to, oh my God, they want to turn your celebrations into their celebrations. They're sending this energy towards you, but these are in reverse. I do feel these have already backfired. Yes, thank you for confirming that. I feel that this is already backfired because the Chandra card one. I told you this is Chandra Mohan. Chandra Mohan. That has to be Chandra Dynasty ki Shri Hari, and he's right on my left, on my right. I do feel that there's God here that they don't see. There's God here. There are two aspects to this problem that they have caused. You see, there's a dog and a wolf, right? And then there's a scorpion. Oh, 3 parties here also. See, 3 women, 3 scorpion, dog, wolf. And actually, there are towers here as well. This is what they don't see. They don't see these 3 people. What are they not saying, collective? Divine. कौन सा चांद इतना ज़्यादा चमकता है येलो कलर में? The sky is clear, doesn't look like the night, but it is. They're howling. आउ कर रहे हैं. Maybe they do a lot of this moon shit. Not. I mean, I love you, moon. उस बेचारे ने कुछ नहीं किया है. बेचारे satellite ने. But I'm just saying, like a lot of evoking the full moon shit or like the new moon shit. Something होता है भाई. By the way, ऐसा नहीं होता है. This could be it, but this is like divine, like right here. Smiling. Is he smiling? No, he's not. He's not smiling. He's like, actually the face is like slightly like this, like as if he's just, in fact his eyebrows like slightly this, as if he's not happy. Look at it. It doesn't look a very happy moon. So divine is not happy with what these 3 people are conjuring. करके जो भी कर रहे हैं ये, divine is not happy about it, and I think that's a tower coming for them. But I'll just still kind of like they want to turn your celebration. Remember the celebration vision I told you about, that lady was cutting that beautiful, whoever, I don't know whether she was beautiful or not, but she wore a very nice dress and her face was the other way, so I was just standing right here, so I did not see her face, but she was cutting that cake like very quietly, a quiet celebration with just one person that she had in her house, right? That kind of celebration, so they could do, what is it? Yes. Bye. The see, it keeps on. That is what they want to take from you. You could actually have a very nice, happy married life, and that could be something that they don't have, and they want to take that from you. This has popped up twice. And I was talking about that. I told you last time there was somebody in the kitchen. It just seemed like it could be her spouse also in the kitchen, right? Here it is. That is what they don't have. That is what they're trying to take. Maybe you actually have a very happy married life, and they're trying to impact it, attack it, say stuff about it. Yeah, Archangel Michael is here. Archangel Michael is here. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. 1 hour 18 minutes. Divine, one final card, please. One final card. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I love you too. Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. Oh my gosh, everything is very loud today. This energy is very loud, or Divine is just not happy about whatever it is. Okay, there are 3 cards. Now, एक तो नीचे गिर गया, मैं नीचे वाला लेती हूँ पहले. Okay, I'm going to put these back. This is the 4 of Cups energy. Okay, this is the this, you see, I have said this, you see this divine hand coming here and giving you something. This will, maybe this is something that you this could be these setbacks or betrayals in your life. These cups are empty. When does that happen? When does cup, as I said, emotions, right? That water energy is emotions. So these could be betrayals, your friends, family, whoever betrayed you, co-workers, whoever. Just take it as it is. It's total strangers, whatever. I'm just giving you tracks. Take it as it resonates, right? This could be these betrayals that have caused your cups to be empty, right? Given you heartbreak, given you has caused you pain. Let me put it that way, right? Without triggering you. okay, caused you pain and everything, all of this. Now divine is giving you a cup. Now you see this cup also looks as if there's nothing there, but I'm telling you, why is this higher placed than this? It's because nobody can look into it. Even you can't look at it. Look, this person is looking down, Abhi, looking at that. Why did this person did this? Why did this happen to me? Falana Dhimkana, right? Look at this, coming right out of the blue, quite literally. You see, coming right out of the blue, this beautiful news, something will be given to you that nobody can look into. That's why it's at a height that इसकी eyesight की जो अगर हम पूरा देखें ना, right में भी नहीं है ये देखेगा, इसको भी नहीं दिखेगा कि इसके अंदर क्या है. So you can't see it right now. And when it will be given to you, maybe even in that moment you might not be able to see what it is. What exactly does it hold? This is concealed. Just like in that 7 of Cups card, that one thing I told you that has that red aura around it, that's concealed. There's a sheet over it. Right? अगर पहले बता देंगे दुनिया को कि अच्छा दिस बंधन है तो ये करना है, इसकी तो ये डेस्टिनी है, इसके पास तो ये पावर है, तो दुनिया पहले ही मार देगी भाई तुम्हारे को. And also, how would you learn these lessons that you need to learn these lessons? And you're fighting these affluent people. Would you believe it? I literally was listening to Sadhguru today in the afternoon, and Sadhguru said that he was talking about how money, what does money do to people, and I can imagine I'm extending that to my own example that I gave you earlier, like about Gen Z. When I was talking about the Gen Z, rather, that they have not, this generation has not built anything, so everything has just come to them like ऐसे आ गया, मतलब मम्मी पापा का पैसा is right there, so they haven't earned anything. What happens to you when you don't earn it? So he was talking about the power, not the power, like what effect rather of money is like. Agar ek banda, what Sadhguru said, like even if someone's like just fallen from the mountain and has broken all bones, you can speak logic to them. You can still speak to them and speak logic into them, right? Someone's bitten by a snake, is like on the floor about to die, few seconds left of their life, you can still speak logic into them, right? And then there was somebody who was saying that there was another example he gave, his example, then he said, but you cannot speak logic into someone who's been bitten by money, right? It does something to people's brains, and you need to be very careful. Why did that money thing was given to me is like something that you need to understand. Money would just numb you, and that is why the chosen ones are given these trials and tribulations first, so that you understand the importance of money, that you remember your life before money, and you remember those lessons so that you can take them to after money, right? You remember, you're getting what I'm trying to say. You get the drift, collective, right? That is exactly what it is. This is the Pentacles cards. These are the people who had money. 1 to 2 on the clock, 1 to 2 on the clock. These are the people who had money. I'm telling you the truth. Their fortunes are reversed now. They might have sent this energy towards you कि हम इसका ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, but that nothing happened to you. You are protected by God. You are taken care of by divine, right? So these people are the kind of people that you need to be very careful of. Stay away from these people who just want to freeload on your abundance, on your blessings, on your powers. तुम्हारे को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, but again, like I just told you, I remember that instance today. Why? Because you need to not take on other people's karma. You let them learn their own lesson. You don't have to come between them and their lesson. Please don't try to help me. Go out of your way to help people. Why? Okay? 2323 on the clock. Remember. Okay. So 1 hour 23 minutes bhi ho gayi yaar. Let's just very quickly, divine, thank you. So know that there's a blessing on its way to you. It's right out here. Even you won't be able to see it because it is protected. It is protected. Okay, whatever it is. So don't be okay, whatever it is. Oh wow. So there might actually be 2. You might be made to choose between 2. Okay. Or I feel that you will be able to strike a very good balance between both the kind of pentacles, between your health and your wealth. Health and wealth. I do feel that you'll be able to strike a good balance. This person, look at this person, and these are, you see the infinity sign, so these are like infinite resources being sent towards you. So we'll just take divine, we'll just take one card, one more. Okay, Hierophant. is right here. God is right here. I want to take one more card under tower. Since there are too many, I'll put them back. Alright, so I'll just take one card, just one card for under the tower. If you want to clarify that further, we'll take that. But even if the tower comes to your life, collective, know that it has something had to go away for new things to come in. Alright, so just go with the flow. Just accept it as divine's will, even if it is. But I'm just trying to take more clarity on it. My husband doing the rounds. I just saw the Ace of Pentacles. It just showed its face, but I'm going to take the card that falls down. You'll not be able to do my cards, yeah. But Lord Vishnu came in. I think that's it. He was like, I'm here, and he came right in the beginning. So yeah, that's it, and that's him being there. One more card, divine, please. Just one singular card, please, divine. Please. One. Okay. Oh my God. The death. Tower and the death. Oh my God. This is going to be very brutal for whoever it is. Wow. And upright. Both the tower and the death. So death and new beginnings. Yes, of course. The tower hitting the death card. Yeah. This. What? Yes. The Ace of Cups. Look at this cup. We just said you don't know what's in this cup that is being handed by the divine, right? And I are you, right? So handed by the divine, but see what is in this cup. It's fulfillment. It will overflow. Your cup will overflow. You'll be the happiest. You'll be most peaceful. You'll be doing this. Will come from divine. Both are. So divine is gifting this to you. Here you go. All right. But yeah, there is a massive something coming for someone. Yeah, massive. I cannot stress this enough. Massive, bro. Massive, like the tower and the death card, right? So the tower is clarified by the death. So like, imagine the clarification. Should I take more? I think should I divine? There's one more, okay? Divine, one more बहुत करती है. 1 hour 26 minutes. हम 30 तक लेके जा सकते हैं. Divine, like, वैसे where did I put the Ace of Cups back? Yeah, उसको मैंने अंदर रख दिया गलती से, but ठीक है. You know where it is. Okay. I don't have the time to do my cards, otherwise तो हमें super clarity मिलती. अभी whatever, just few more cards divine. Okay, then few more cards हो गया. Yeah, but the tower with clarified with death is like scary shit. Even for the karmics, I mean, if I were to like view it, it's not good. It's like divine's anger. And could it be Sri Hari? I really mean it, Hierophant. And I said it. He's right here. Got the clarification. Literally, he's here. He's on my book here, which I don't want to show it to you because he hasn't allowed me to. It's his face on the book. He's right here. He's right here. It's him. It's his hands. So he will do what he has to do. है सुदर्शन चक्र घुमाना है, जो करना है he will do. Whatever, but there's massive something coming for someone. Massive. You remember the flag from the last time? Massive something coming for somebody. And how many people are diving here? Diving for their life, like literally jumping for their life. There are 2 people here, and I'm sure that third person is trapped in this tower. It's coming for 3 people. It's coming for 3 people, but yeah, the third person is not visible here. There's a crown right here. Might be for this crown. Is it very identical to this Queen of Pentacles? Reverse में ये, the ones whose fortunes have turned. There's a crown right here. So someone in authority. And this is the yellow light. Again, the very yellow moon. This could be literally Sri Hari's. Like I told you, this tower, this is connected to this. There you see these 2 towers here, right? भाई कार्मिक तेरे लिए तो मुझे डर लग रहा है भाई. In my readings, I don't remember ever any time where the Tower card was clarified with the Death card, and you're like, fine, the Divine is right here. At the bottom energy, that means they're like directing everything. That is directed by Shri Hari. Maybe they did something so bad, yaar. You will come to know what they did, my collective. It's gonna like be, I think something that they did is so ugly, something that got Divine angry, like just looking down on these people like, are you real? Like these three, Scorpion, that is known to be like sting people, right? Dog and the wolf. So in this situation, one is a scorpion, one is a dog, and one is a wolf. One is a brain, one is the cunningness, the evilness, and one is that loyal puppy that will like, I will do whatever you tell me to. जहाँ भी stick हो करोगे मैं ले आऊँगा. That kind. जिसको भी बोलोगे मैं bite कर लूँगा. मेरा अपना कोई judgment नहीं है. That kind. That is the dog energy. With due respect to dogs, I love dogs. Alright? I've had the best ones. But I'm telling you, this is that energy, like wolf being the smart one, right? The scorpion being that evil mind, that evil input, ये कैसे क्या करना है इनका, and dog being, oh, you tell me whom to bite, I will go bite them. वही जो कंधे पे बंदूक रखने देता है. Remember that adage I told you, that कंधे पे बंदूक, that person, dog is the one that lets the other person let them put their gun on their shoulder, that हाँ go hit. जब आगे से आएगा backfire तो मैं आऊँगा सामने. That, okay? Intense हो गया यार बाद में. But not that we wish this energy upon anybody, but at the same time, remember what I told you, it's not your karma to take. So don't feel bad about them, they earned it. Alright, don't feel bad about anyone. You're not supposed to help anyone, you're not supposed to be in the way, just live a good, honest life. That is what you are supposed to be doing. That's it. You don't have to like go out of your way to help anyone. Karma मिल रहा है उनको, रोते हुए आएंगे. Let them. You don't have to like let them in. Do not let them in is what I'm saying. Can't say that enough times. Okay, 1 hour 31 minutes. Okay, we are over our threshold. Okay, with that collective, okay, so I'm going to finish this reading. I will wrap it up now and I'll see you again very soon. Until then, goodbye.